Rather exposed area. It's going to get more wind, it's going to get more rain. Typical New York City skyscraper.
exposed to that.
And if chlorine gas.
Silly humans and their cooler from Sierra. I bury my food all over the place. Am I gonna find it, or am I
Another 250 without you to be 60 years after 60 years after people. A freighter grounded in the Niagara River is leaking iron ore, releasing a red stain into the water. In the time of humans, no commodity was carried over the Great Lakes more than iron ore. These largest ships, known as Lakers, can hold 75,000 tons, but they also draw more than 30 feet of water when afloat. That's too deep for sections of the Niagara River near the falls. But another Laker is working its way toward the falls. This one is not getting caught along the shallows.
The ones most likely to make it towards the lip of the Niagara Falls are ships riding high, like this one, out of ballast and carrying no cargo. That means they're hardly drawing any water, maybe 5 or 10 feet.
It approaches Niagara Falls, once a gathering spot for newlyweds. For this ship, the honeymoon is over.
They're not armored, they're not like a battleship. In fact, the shells are quite thin, like an eggshell. Half-inch, couple inches, depending on the size of the ship.
As it reaches the edge, the front half shears off and tumbles. The back follows. Incredibly, the 200-foot ship is actually longer than the falls is high. 350 miles to the south, the MetLife building is also falling to pieces. When it opened in 1963, the building's 58 floors meant it stood as the 7th tallest in the United States. But it will soon give up its place on Park Avenue.
Because it's built in a rather exposed area, it's going to get more wind, it's going to get more rain than a typical New York City skyscraper.
Already weakened by the methane explosion at its base, 6 decades of neglect have also assaulted the building's steel and glass facade.
Death will come a piece at a time as sections of the framework peel away.
This means the neighboring Grand Central building is in the line of fire.
Grand Central Terminal has a near mortal enemy right next door. And I certainly expect to see sections of the facade of the MetLife building actually falling onto the roof.
As glass and steel rain down, has Grand Central Terminal reached the end of the line? "150 years after people, in New York City, the MetLife abandoned freighter still plies. There are hundreds of sites where spent fuel rods will unleash.
Who's that?
A free TurboTax live tax expert.
Why do you need a tax expert?
His advice is free.
Their deadly radiation.
What you're looking at are 440 commercial reactor sites plus the military sites that would become basically